Sitting in this lonely town, wondering when things are gonna change. Dream my life away, seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said you can never go home again once you leave. Said the thing just to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. Packed up my blue jeans and I headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye. Oh, that means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye, black sheep, to my friends and my family. Bye-bye, how high, gonna set my soul, set it free. Free, times they were a-changing. Did a little bit of rearranging. Take a couple chances. Good evening, everybody. Do me a favor, go ahead and share the live if you would. Get some more people in here, let them know we're around. What do you think, Champy? TGIM? You happy it's Monday? Dogs have no sense of the time. He didn't know there was an eclipse today. He was just like, you got chicken sticks? You got more? Could I have more? You got more? And I'm like, Champ, you realize it's Monday? He's like, you got chicken sticks? You got more? That's it. That's it. I get that and singing. You know, I can't have deep philosophical conversations with a dog. I mean, I can. I do. But it's pointless. He doesn't care. It's just about chicken sticks. All right. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. A lovely English breakfast to polish off the evening. It's a little hard to play my guitar. I chewed my thumbnail down too deep, and my thumb's a little sore. Neuroses is as neuroses does. No ice maker, but I did go out to the 7-Eleven and procure some ice. I think the ice maker's frozen, so I'm gonna take a blow dryer to it tomorrow. Laughing Thunder. That's Laughing Thunder's picture. Congratulations on making the box. It's a lovely little humanoid robot thing, which, you know, up until, I don't know what, 3 years ago, was like, yeah, they'll come to them some decade in the future, we'll get robots. And now we're like, yeah, we'll probably have them in a few years. Oh, man, it's going to be crazy. How about some help for an old Unix and Linux hand who really wants to get going with ChatGPT? 4. All right, David Bowers. You know, I haven't done a GPT-4 deep dive in a while. I think we'll do that tonight. And in fact, I think I'll kick it off with... It looks like Sam Altman spoke in London today. I think they're opening a big OpenAI office. And by the way, OpenAI went from 800 employees to 1,200 employees in the past 4 months, 5 months. So they're growing pretty quickly. That's a big, you know, 50% when you're 800 people. That's a big cultural, oops, I almost just spilled on my tea. Good Lord. But I didn't. But someone took a screenshot of one of the slides Sam was presenting about what's coming. So I think we'll start with that, and I'll talk a little bit about what I think the elements on that slide mean, and then we'll go play with ChatGPT. Champy's done. He just walked away. Alan, what's happening? Good to see you, sir. All righty, folks. Happy Monday. My name's Kyle Shannon. This here's the AI Learning Lab. See, it says it right there. You couldn't do that if it weren't that. It's because if it's on TikTok, you know it's true. This is a lab. You will learn, and I am AI. Are we dust in the wind? Oh yeah, that was sort of that dust in the wind. Wait. Wait. It's dust in the wind. It's hallelujah. In a westerly direction, this car is my train. Mr. IT, no more Salon. What do you mean no more Salon? Been driving, I've been wondering what it is I'm running from again. I don't know what you mean, Mr. IT. I feel like an 80-year-old man. holding on to 29. And up ahead on that horizon is California line. Diddly-dee-dee-diddly-dee-dee. Now, this has always been AI Learning Lab. This is AI Learning Lab. AI Salon is the community. AI Learning Lab is just this cute little channel where we can make money with ChatGPT. We can make money with ChatGPT. All right, everybody, let's get rolling here. Let's get it going. All right, so if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. If you're willing to share the channel, share the channel. Let's get some more people in here. TikTok's being a little stingy with the algorithm lately, so fuck them. Do me a favor, tappity tap the screen. Let's get some likes going in here, and then maybe TikTok will go, all right, we'll throw them a bone. see if we can get some more folks in here. I mean, it's fine. It's fine having it be small too. I don't really care. Fine, tasty tea. All right, fantastic. Let me go see if I can find that Sam Altman thing, and then we'll go do some stuff in the Chat GPT. There's so much in Chat GPT now, and it looks like Arian 4D looks like a more polished version of what we sneak peeked in Firefly a year ago. Plugin uses stable diffusion to create photorealistic images based on 3D geometry. That's interesting. There you go. All right, let's see. Sam Altman. Oh, Sam, what are you doing? What are you doing here lately? Let's see. Let's go. Oops. Open AI London. Yeah, this slide. All right. So who's Morgan? We're all theologians in the end. Oh, and also I saw a thing on the Twitter that Meta's going to be releasing their 7 billion parameter model of Llama 3 soon. Don't know if it's true, but this is Chat TMZ, so we're allowed to say shit like that. What's the picture above your left shoulder? Which one? This one? Wait, left? That one? Or that one? Or which one? I don't know what you're talking about. Picture in the back. I don't know what you mean. Oh, the mug? This mug is... This was from one of my wife's art shows. That really cool blue and white painting is her painting. Oh, this mug. This was... Ivan did this. AI Salon. That's there. All right. Under the mug. Nothing under the mug. Oh, this one? That's just art. That's just art. That's just art. This one? Art. Actual art. Like an actual print pressed into the paper. Signed. One of one. Art. With a capital A. All right. So, what about Sam? Okay, that's Sam. Right there's Sam. Now, to be clear, when did she post this? 9 hours ago. So this was posted 9 hours ago. And then Chubby, who I don't know. Does Chubby have a following? Not really. So this could be bullshit. Today at OpenAI event in London, look at the right corner, agents. Okay, so here's what's on the slide. Multimodality, reasoning, personalization, reliability, agents. So if the next version of ChatGPT has all of that, lots of things change. So it's already got multimodality, and when we dig into ChatGPT 4 tonight, we'll play with that a little bit. It's very limited right now. I have a feeling that's going to expand pretty dramatically. It's probably going to have voice synthesis. It's probably going to have music, is my guess. It's probably going to have it may or may not have Sora. So Sora, I heard someone who has access to it. If you render, I don't know how long the clip was. Oh, I guess a clip is a minute. If you render a clip in Sora at 480p, which is, really low resolution, it's like 1990s TV resolution, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes. So I saw an interview with the guy that did Airhead, the one with the balloon, and he said it was 20 to 30 minutes per little clip. And so he said it was just one of those things where they would, give it a prompt and then go do a bunch of other shit while it went and did its thing, and then they'd come back and then they'd do another one. And so, but that'll probably get faster. But anyway, multimodality is gonna increase. Reasoning is huge. So reasoning, right now ChatGPT doesn't have reasoning. Right now ChatGPT is word vomit, right? It's a probability engine, and it just vomits out words, and it doesn't know what it said, which is why when it hallucinates, when it does something wrong or just makes shit up, and you go, hey, you just made shit up. And it's like, oh, I'm terribly sorry about that. Let me try that again, and I won't make anything up. And then it makes it up again. And you're like, hey, asshole, you made it up again. I'm terribly sorry about that. Let me try it again, and I won't make it up this time. So if it gets reasoning, in theory, it should be able to do things like look at what it gave you and reason that it may or may not be right. And if it's not right, then do something about that. Hey, Siri, go away. Go away.
Okay.
Personalization. So it doesn't have it right now. We've seen this teased a little bit, but personalization will be, it's going to be able to know who you are, know what your preferences are. It's likely going to be able to understand your interactions across chats. And you'll be able to say, I want this chat included in my memory or not. Kyle, please check out the latest post in Irregulars showcasing my students. Okay, cool. Using ChatGPT. Awesome. That's fantastic. I will. Where is it? AI Irregulars. Okay, cool. So and then if reasoning is really good and it can do math, then things start to change pretty quickly. So it can start improving itself, and it can start doing things predictably and consistently, which goes to the next one, which is reliability, which I assume just means, it's going to suck less, and, maybe they'll have better ways maybe you'll be able to search your prompt history, for example. which I know is not really a reliability issue, but it is if you're trying to fucking use their system. And then the last one is agents. And agents are where you'll be able to just say to ChatGPT, hey, go do something for me. And it will spin up little agents, and those agents will go do things on your behalf. So you can just sit back and have a cup of coffee while it goes and figures a bunch of shit out with its new reasoning capabilities and its personalization and its multimodality. And it's going to be able to go do a whole bunch of stuff for you and then come back and go, here you go, boss. What do you think? You like it? So that was, if this is not a bullshit slide, this was today or, sometime in the past 24 hours. So fascinating. Morgan, not yet. An event in London. Assume before 20 VC interview. Please keep us updated. Anyway, all right. So that's that. And then it looked like... So this is Alan Hilsbeck, who's in here. What's your name in here, Alan? I forget. Mr. Studio DHJ in here is a professor. So this is some work from his students, right? Did you put more than one in here? Or is it a... Let's see. Are there other ones in here? No, okay. Here's the prompt. ChatGPT looked at the picture, translated it from Spanish to English, wrote a prompt, and created the image. Oh, that's cool. So he had his students write out their prompt longhand and then use ChatGPT's vision to see the prompt. And then here's a house design for my freshman architecture class that came up with using their creativity and imaginations in ChatGPT to speak their ideas into concept designs by creating their own prompt. How cool is that? So this is, by the way, if you're an educator or if you know an educator, and especially if they're an educator, like, it's okay, we're using GPT detectors. It's okay. We don't need to worry about AI. We're preventing it. Alan here is a really good example of someone who is taking it in a classroom in a really interesting way, right? He had them write out the prompt longhand on a piece of paper, which if for those of you that are maybe younger with us tonight, paper is this thing that we used to write on that was made of trees. Trees were things that grew in what we used to call forests. And forests were where birds are animals with wings that fly and sing and make people happy. Anyway, all that to say, he's having them use paper and writing implements that you use with your hands that are not sending anything to the cloud to write a description of what they want their house to look like, and then having ChatGPT read that description and generate the image. How fucking cool is that? That's really cool. It's so cool. And then what does that do, right? Like, if nothing else, it starts a fascinating conversation about, okay, if you can speak things into existence, words are important. And how you use them is important. And your vision is important. And how you articulate your vision is important. Which is all stuff that I'm sure he's been teaching in architecture for fucking decades. Right? But here's a new way to teach it. An exciting way to teach it. A way that will have them never forget. Especially if they've never done anything with ChatGPT before. Alan is so creative with his students. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, Source Camp? By the way, Source Camp, Kelly Camp, who just commented here, tomorrow night is the AI Salon, and Kelly is actually presenting tomorrow at the AI Salon. Welcome, Kelly. And she's going to be talking about future of work kind of stuff and her relationship with AI, and it's exciting. It's really cool. And how she's putting it in the world. She she's a cool AI evangelist that sort of sneaks up on you. She's like, oh, just check this cool thing out. Just check this cool thing out. And then she blows their minds, and they don't know what to do. So, very, very cool. Kyle, don't make things up like paper. Sorry, Issue. I know. I probably shouldn't talk about paper in the present tense, but it really was a thing up until like 3 years ago. These are playing cards I've got, and these are on what's called paper. Playing cards. So playing cards, you can play solitaire, which is kind of like surfing TikTok, except without a device. But you could also play games like poker, where you would sit with other human beings around a table and drink and gamble pennies. We did that with paper too. Oh man. Yeah, that's so cool. All right. So, how did that happen? In fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to grab this image. Save image as. We'll do Alan dash paper prompt. Okay, so the person that was in here earlier saying they were an old Unix guy doing old Unix stuff. I remember being cut by paper once. Rumor had it that a paper cut was more painful than a cut by a rusty butter knife. That was the rumor. Back in the olden timey days, they said, I wouldn't wish a paper cut on my worst enemy. It's funny, some of the mob, they're like, listen, I can break your kneecap or I can give you a paper cut in the webbing between your fingers, and you'd take the kneecap every time. Here in Australia, we're going to be cashless by 2030. Wow, that's wild. That's crazy. What could possibly go wrong? Although, what could possibly go right with our current cash situation? We're out of money. We're just like, we'll make more. We'll be fine. All right. So let's see. Let's do a couple of things here. If you are new here, if you don't know what the AI Salon is, go check out the salon.ai. That's going to take you to a link tree, and the very first link there says AI Salon Community. And then that's going to take you to a pretty little place. Where's my AI Salon? Oh, it was there. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh, dang it. Where am I? I have too many tabs open, people. There we go. So when you go to the AI Salon Community, it'll take you to this lovely page. And you can read about what we're up to, what our values are. I would strongly encourage you to do that. Curiosity, generosity, exploration, collaboration, inclusion, empathy, and gratitude are the values of the salon. It's a really remarkable group of people. Think of the AI Salon kind of like an AI support group. Hi, my name is Kyle. I'm into AI. Hi, Kyle. I'm working on a DALL-E image right now. Us too, Kyle. Go on. It's really good. All right, fantastic. Let's see what we've got. Too many tabs open. There's a GPT for that. Paper cuts are the worst. Interacting with other humans. What's this world coming to? I know. Do you know card tricks? I used to know a little bit of cardistry, where you sort of do fancy cuts and shuffles, false shuffles and things. But then I realized it was going to take me 3 years to get any good at it. So then I just use it as kind of an an ADD tool to just keep my hands occupied. Okay, but anyway, the Salon. Go to the Salon. Tomorrow, if you go to AI Salons and Events under Community, tomorrow we have a meeting. So every other week we have a meeting and people show up. We talk about AI, talk about news. We usually have a speaker. So like I said, Kelly Camp's speaking tomorrow. And it should be really good. So go to the Salon, check that out. Also in the Salon, what you should do when you first get there is introduce yourself. So there's the first link under the community section is introduce yourself. So be generous and introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you're up to. There's also a little show and tell area where if you want to get inspired by what people in the community are doing, there's an images show and tell, music and audio, video and animation, and then GPTs and apps. And then there's guilds. And within the guilds, there's all these different spaces like writing and art and video in the creative guild, business guild, tech guild, social impact guild. And down at the bottom, there's a thing called community clubs. And in that is AI Learning Lab Irregulars. So that's our personal little channel. That's where Alan shared this art from his students. Super cool. Oh, by the way, Alan, the mailman came today. So your package is on its way. And you know, as we play tonight and talk about stuff, and as I show you stuff in Chat GPT, feel free to share it in the Irregulars channel. Okay, now there's one other area I want to talk about at the AI Salon under the community section. So introduce yourself. Go do that. You can check out the details of the event tomorrow night. The AI Salon is from 5 to 7 Mountain Time. And then this third link, AI Launchpad and Tools. This is a list that I maintain personally. Although I haven't updated it in like a month. It's been a little slow on the news front, on the tool front. First thing I do is talk about how to get yourself AI literate, play, solve, and share. You can read about that. And then this is a big, long-ass list of tools that I think are worth your while to get your head around. So if you really want to get AI literate, this list, I think, is worth the money you pay to be a part of the Salon, which is $0. It doesn't cost anything. The first tool that we show here is ChatGPT. Why? Because it's still the best. If it weren't the best, could I write this here? Absolutely not. So that means it's true. You see? It's done in typography with letters. And then in ChatGPT, I talk about ChatGPT 3.5, the free version, and then ChatGPT 4, the not free version. In my opinion, and I don't get paid by them, Sam Altman doesn't even like me. ChatGPT 4, the $20 a month for ChatGPT Plus to get access to this, I think is the best deal in software right now. It is incredibly powerful. And it also, being a paid member of ChatGPT gives you first access. As they roll new things out, it's the paid members that get access to it first. How do you understand what's here? That's what this list is. Basic text generation, internet access, code interpreter, GPT vision, DALL-E 3, and then custom GPTs. And then on top of that, there's things like custom instructions and ChatGPT. You can even talk to it. So when I do a deep dive, I'll sort of try to work my way through all these different modes. They're all kind of intermingled in the same interface. So it's sometimes not easy to know what's there. So it's good we're doing this tonight. All right, what questions do you have? Well worth the investment. Becky Rue, love ChatGPT 4. So Becky Rue, she loves quilting. An amazing woman, by the way. You should get to know her. But she loves quilting, and when we first started playing around with GPT-4, and they came out with these things called custom GPTs, and she realized it was good at doing, like, making quilt patterns, she made a GPT to make quilt patterns. Such cool stuff, such cool creativity in this community. So anyway, why does YouTube think they have AI capabilities. You're welcome, Becky. You're amazing. They so okay. First of all, they're owned by YouTube. Second of all, how you see YouTube videos, there's lots of AI going on behind the scenes. It's the AI that we don't get to play with, right? It's like industrial AI that they've, Google's been using for years and years and years. So there's a lot of AI in YouTube. They've also shown some demonstrations of things like being able to generate background music for your Reels videos by just prompting it, right? So generative music generation. And the demo that they showed, it created songs that sound like Charlie Puth was singing it or T-Pain was singing it. But they haven't really launched a lot. Here's what I'm hoping YouTube does is that they go all in on a lot of the AI tools, because what we should be able to do is I should be able to take the entirety of my AI Learning Lab channel and have it automatically make a bunch of shorts for like interesting shorts and things like that, and chapterize things and all that sort of stuff. It should be super automated, and it's not right now. So we'll see. All right, show us ChatGPT translate from the photo student prompt. Oh, was it not in English? Oh yeah, Spanish. Oh, cool. Literally looked at the picture, translated it from Spanish to English, wrote a prompt, and then created the image. Ah, yes. Okay, good. Perfect. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so let's just get situated here. Here's ChatGPT 4, and there's ChatGPT 3.5. They look identical. Let me make my window a little smaller here. So there's a little area on the left that's got your prompt history in it. And if you've got access to GPTs, you'll see those there. And then GPT-4 is the fancy one. Now, GPT 3.5 is not bad. Let's see. Write a Python script. Brainstorm content ideas. Yeah, we'll just click on that. So ChatGPT 3.5 is really fast. So while it's not as sophisticated as GPT-4, its speed is like sometimes if I just want a quick answer to something or I want to knock out an outline really, really quick, I'll go to ChatGPT 3.5. So even though I'm paying for 4, I'll still use 3.5. Sometimes 4 gets really slow because everyone's using it because it's doing a lot of stuff. 3.5 is really good for that. All right. So that's that. Now, how do you get from 3.5 to 4? You click on this little drop down, but if you don't have access to it in the first place, how you get to that is you go to your name in the lower left-hand corner, you go to My Plan, and then ChatGPT Plus is access to ChatGPT 4. Okay? As well as browse, create, and use GPTs, and then access additional tools like DALL-E 3, browsing, and advanced data analysis, and more. And that's what we're going to be going through. Okay? They've also got team workspaces and things like that. You don't need to worry about that now. One quick little thing that I'll show you, which is kind of fun. I think a lot of people don't know that it exists. So when you use ChatGPT, you know that it's very chatty. It's ChatGPT. It's very chatty. And if you don't like that, if you want it to have a different tone, you can actually give ChatGPT overall a new personality. I'm about to sneeze. Thank you. I saw the fake car commercial on LinkedIn. Very cool. I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? That was from Kelly Bosch, who did the fake car commercial. just so the irregulars know, I have first dibs on Kyle's soundtrack. So Becky, you might actually know someone. I don't know if you've been in here. I'm working on a musical right now that started in the live. I did a song in Suno one night, and it was so good. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a Broadway musical. And I went, wait, this whole story should be a Broadway musical. So it's called Sydney, an Artificial Love Story. And it's about the interaction between Kevin Roose from the New York Times and Sydney, the Bing chatbot, and it's really like really shaping up. So anyway, I don't know if you know anyone. I don't know if you know anyone in the New York theater scene, but if you do, let me know. And then you can actually have access to my soundtrack. Okay, so if you want to give ChatGPT its own personality, you go to your name. And there's this thing that says Customize ChatGPT. And it's a thing called Custom Instructions. And you can say, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? And then how would you like ChatGPT to respond? So I'm going to turn this on. Oh, wait, we'll do a test first. Before I turn it on, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to say... let's do a Zoom. I'll introduce you. Okay, Becky. We'll set up time, and I'll walk you through it. I think you're gonna dig it. It's a really fun story. And if you do, then yeah, let's set up a thing and see if we can make some magic. And we'll talk. There's some fun stuff there. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do a simple prompt, and the simple prompt is going to be let's see. How is a solar eclipse possible? Right. And I do that, and then a solar eclipse occurs when the moon, again, this is 3.5, so it's super fast, passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking out part of the sun's light. This happens because of the three celestial bodies, the three-body problem. So it's kind of long and wordy, right? Now, what if I thought that, ChatGPT's is just a little too cold, and I'd like it to be a little warmer and use more metaphors and things like that? Well, you can do that. So if I go to Customize ChatGPT and turn on Custom Chats, I can say... You are a writer from the 19th century who relishes language, metaphors, similes, and confabulations, period. And then how would you like ChatGPT to... Oops. And then how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Let's say, no matter what anyone asks you, start out with a convoluted metaphor followed by a literary reference prior to 1874. Period. In answering the question, treat every answer as if you were writing a novel. All right. So now I'm going to ask the same question. I'm going to create a new chat. And I'm going to ask the same question. Wait, what just happened? What? Okay. How is a solar eclipse possible? Okay. Oh, dear interlocutor. Imagine the celestial ballet where the radiant sun and enigmatic moon engage in their cosmic pas de deux upon the grand stage of the heavens. Picture, if you will, the sun as a proud sovereign reigning over the dominion of daylight with its effulgent brilliance, while the moon, a silent sylph, orbits in graceful arcs, a ghostly sentinel in the velvety cloak of night, in the delicate choreography of right. So it's just turned into a pompous ass. So, and you could also go the other direction and say, went to the wrong thing. I could say, you have very little patience and don't have time for long explanations. No matter what anyone asks you, no matter what anyone asks you, answer as concisely as possible. Period. No extra words. Save. All right, I'll go back. Solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the sun and earth, blocking the sunlight, right? So you can go from pontificating to minimalism and everything in between, right? So a lot of people don't know you can do that with ChatGPT. That's available in ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. Okay. Let's flip over to ChatGPT 4. So, I'm trying to think where I want to go. Where I want to go first. Where do I want to go first? Let's go back to our AI Salon little list. Maybe we'll just go down through the list. So custom instructions we just did. Oh, conversational chat GPT. Hang on. The paperclip. Yeah, exactly. We'll get to the paperclip. I'll get there. But let me show conversational chat GPT because it's an important one. Tip. Personalize by telling ChatGPT 4 to begin each response in the session with session name dash response count. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. That's cool one. There you go. Perfect. Very interesting. Kyle, we need your help. Please, wait. What do you need? Can you explain? Can I explain what Laughing Thunder talked about? Oh, we don't know what laughing meant. Okay, so here we can go do it. How do you describe it? A session count? The response count. So here's what we can do. Okay, so in custom instructions, let's see, customize ChatGPT. I'll just say, you're polite but concise. And then down here, for how you would like ChatGPT to respond, say, for every response, give it a response count for each session. And then we'll say, how's the solar eclipse? So response 1. So it's giving a response count. And so what this will allow you to do, you know how sometimes you're just going and you kind of get lost in the sea of back and forths? So let me let it finish doing its thing. Oh, I'm in Chat GPT 4. That's why it's so slow. I'm like, why is this so slow? What is the corona? And this should say response 2, right? So this allows you to right, understand your, track what you're working on. Okay, now, let me show you another cool thing here that actually just reminded me of. Let's say in response 1, so I asked it, response 2 was about a corona, but response 1 was about how eclipses work and what they are and things like that. Let's say I wanted to ask it a question about this paragraph. Total solar eclipse. I could copy that and go down there and paste it. But OpenAI has added this little quote mark here that says reply. So if I click on this, what it automatically does is it automatically quotes that segment of the earlier chat. And I can say, tell me more. And what it's telling me more is not just about the whole chat, but just that little paragraph I had highlighted in response 1. So during a total solar eclipse, the moon's apparent size perfectly or nearly perfectly covers the sun as viewed from Earth, leading to a brief period when day seemingly turns to night. And then they talk about all the things from a total solar eclipse. So that's a nice little thing as well. Anyway, hope that answers your question. All right. Oh, wow. I know. Becky, I mean, the reason people keep coming back to this channel, the reason to come back to a channel like this is that the amount of little nuances that you learn, like you can know how to use ChatGPT and then someone shows you how to do something like that actually solves a problem you hadn't been able to get your head around. Like it happens to me on a regular basis in here. Like, oh shit, I never would have thought of it like that. That's a good example. That, understanding which response it is. So you, I gotta tell you, like some of the longer conversations I have, I get completely lost in them, right? So that would really help with that. Okay. And you could even make it more specific and give it a structure for how it wants you to. Actually, let's try something. I want to try something here. Customize Chat GPT. You're polite but concise. For every response, give it a response count. For every response, give it a response count. Followed by a response title that encapsulates the response. I'm going to go back to 3.5. I'm going to do how is a solar eclipse possible? Say more. Oh, it didn't do it here. That's weird. Let me try it over in ChatGPT 4. This might be one of those things where GPT 4 is better. Yeah, there you go. So chat response 1, solar eclipse explained. That's so cool. Yes. so you can make it so that your chat session is labeling itself. This is pretty slick. Here, let me try it. Let me give another question here. You could probably get ChatGPT 3.5 to do something, but clearly 4 understands the concept better. But it could also be I gave it a shitty prompt. Come on, finish up. All right, there you go. Okay. What is a lunar eclipse? Two, lunar eclipse explained. That's so slick. Does an eclipse affect the tides more than normal? Three, eclipses and tidal effects. This is so slick. I wish we knew this since November. Actually, you know what's amazing about this? By the way, thank you for the tip. This is a really good tip, Laughing Thunder. But now with the title, I almost feel like this is like a pre-written like a pre-written LinkedIn article, but you can just really quickly flip through a really long session and just go grab interesting bits from a longer session. Anyway, my ADHD says maybe it can take a nap now. Yeah, exactly, Silver Fox. And actually, you know what I can probably do now? Make a table that lists the response titles and a short description of each response. I wonder if it knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Response count. Yeah, there you go. Done. How slick is that? Do a big long ass. Yes, the ocean was insane today. Very cool. Okay, so we haven't even gotten started with ChatGPT 4 yet, by the way. In case you didn't know. Although, yeah, we sort of did. Did you know that ChatGPT can make tables? Let's go back to ChatGPT 3.5. We'll say, I'm going to turn off my customization here. Let me just make sure this is a new chat. Okay. Let's see. Make me a table comparing a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse, and a blood moon. So again, the speed of ChatGPT 3.5, really impressive. Occurrence, solar eclipse occurs when, lunar eclipse occurs when, blood moon occurs when, right? Visibility, frequency, every 2 to 3 years, multiple times a year. Time of day, duration, appearance, right? So you can do that. Now, let me show you one other thing. Damn. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Someone give me cliff notes of what's happened so far. Okay, Jason. Cliff notes. Sam Altman's talking about the next version of ChatGPT. We talked about that a little bit, where it's going to have, what the hell was it? Reasoning, personalization, reliability, multimodality, higher multimodality, and agentic behavior, agents. So we talked about that for a little bit. And then someone asked, could we please go play with ChatGPT 4? And then I've just been sort of showing what ChatGPT can do. That's it. There's the Cliff Notes. Okay. Ooh, agents. Tables are apparently token eaters, making CSV it choked. Ask for table and it died on the home screen. Died to the home screen. Oh, interesting. Well, so it depends. If you're using ChatGPT 4 and it's making the tables in, if you're making a CSV and it's using code interpreter, it might choke. It might just lose, because I think its little container that it makes has got some sort of limited amount of memory, I'm assuming. So it's possible if you have a super. And then Laughing Thunder. Oh, and then Laughing Thunder gave us a big idea, which is super cool. He's back. Ask him. You just got Eclipse. I totally got Eclipse. My little screen of my face went completely black, and then the interface was hung. So that was weird. All right, we had a Kyle Eclipse. Sad there's still no subscription of both GPT and Gemini Cloud. Yeah, I know. These things are a mess right now. Mine does that in code lines. Oh, does what? The table in code lines? You can get it to not do that. Just tell it to render the code, and it will give you the not code lines. Surgery next Monday. I have a 6-week recovery. ChatGPT is going to be fun. I'll do better. Total eclipse of the Kyle. That's funny. Well, good luck with that, Becky. All right. Okay. So, next thing to talk about with ChatGPT. This is an iPad. Get the official ChatGPT app. You got to be really careful with this, because there are fake ChatGPT apps and the real one in iOS and Android. Make sure that the ChatGPT app you get is from OpenAI. If it's from any other company, it's bullshit. All right? And both Apple and Google condone these fake apps because they make money on them. Isn't that nice? So, get the real one, and when you go to ChatGPT, in the lower right-hand corner, so you got your little prompting questions, you got your prompt history down here, your GPTs. In the lower right-hand corner are those headphones. That puts ChatGPT into conversation mode. How are you doing tonight? Today there was a solar eclipse. What can you tell me about it?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. About the solar eclipse today. Solar eclipses are fascinating astronomical events where the moon passes.
Can you make me a pretty picture of the solar eclipse over Red Rocks in Colorado? We'll see if it got the 65% coverage we got. We didn't get 100%. We got 65%. I'm guessing it'll miss it. But it's making an image. Come on, ChatGPT, make that image. There you go.
Here's the picture of the solar eclipse over Red Rocks in Colorado you asked for. I hope you find it as breathtaking as I aimed for it to be.
It's pretty. It's not accurate, but it's pretty. Okay. And then what else can you do with this? You can tap to cancel.
I'm glad you liked it, even if it wasn't exactly accurate. Creating a specific
It heard
scene
me.
can be a bit of a creative interpretation sometimes. If there's anything else you're curious about, or
write me a short poem about a solar eclipse.
shadow's gentle embrace, the day turns to night. A celestial dance, a breathtaking sight. Moon kisses sun in a fleeting eclipse, a moment of wonder as time briefly slips. Silence falls over the awestruck land, nature pauses, a quiet so grand. In the heart of day, a nighttime dream, a cosmic ballet, an ethereal theme. As shadows merge and the skies align, the world looks up at the sign so divine. For a brief moment, all is still, under the spell of the eclipse's thrill. Then, as if waking from a dream so
Oh my
sweet,
God,
the sun
enough.
emerges, the moon
That's awesome. Can you repeat that in Italian for my Italian friend that's here?
Nell'abbraccio gentile dell'ombra, il giorno si volge a notte, una danza celeste, uno spettacolo mozzafiato. La luna bacia il sole in...
So, did you know ChatGPT can just translate most languages and speak them? So you can put it in a mode where if it hears English, it will translate it to some other language, and if it hears that language, it'll translate it to English. So you could just have ChatGPT app on your phone. So long as you have an internet access, it'll just be your Babel fish. Like science fiction, like we're knocking science fiction features off the list. We're just checking them off one after the other. And it's like Google Translate's been around for a while. People say, "Oh, it does this," but we're these apps like ChatGPT are increasingly going to become like everything apps that do everything. We'll book travel for you, we'll speak for you, we'll do your taxes for you, we'll do your job for you. Like, that's where it's headed. Okay, so that's two little features. Well, yeah, two. Well, I've done three. I did the little quote thing. There's three little features of ChatGPT. This is all just in ChatGPT 3.5. And then in ChatGPT 3.0, Storyvine Office. Oh, that's very sweet. I'll look for it. Okay, cool. Great. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's super cool. Okay. I like that Elon is going to pass through. He won't be the only everything app. Oh, yeah, exactly. 2 eclipses in one day. So here's what else happens over here. Perfect. Thank you, Cabrino. Let's see. I can do write me a Python application that calculates how far away the sun needs to be from the Earth compared to the size of the moon for a solar eclipse to be possible. Oops. Oh well. So anyway, I didn't even finish it, but ChatGPT 3.5 can write code. I don't know if you knew it could write code. So you're a Unix guy. You could even say act like a Unix terminal. And explain how things work as I'm using it. Of course. Let's see. Can you simulate a Unix terminal? Well, I forget how to do it. Anyway, it can do all sorts of shit. It knows languages, right? So it knows programming languages as well as operating systems, as well as Italian, as well as Japanese, as well as all of it. It's cuckoo. Okay, so let's flip over to ChatGPT 4 and start going down through the list here of what this makes possible. So, internet access. It's got internet access, which this one's weird because they changed it. But let's see. Let's see. What was the weather in Denver today. So even though the base large language model ends at, I forget when it was, April 2023, it is connected to the internet. So I think right now it's off browsing the internet, but they changed the interface. It used to say browsing with Bing. The weather featured a temperature of 42 around 2:58. Yeah, it was cold today, so that's accurate. Make sure you spell Unix correctly. Correctly, Unix would be interesting. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh man, that's good. Let's get to 30,000 likes. What are we up to? We're up to 17,000. You guys are swell. Okay. All right then. So if you're new here, because we started with about 60 people and there's about 115 in here now. I'm just going through kind of feature by feature what ChatGPT makes possible. A lot of people ask, is ChatGPT 4 worth the $20 a month? In my opinion, it is beyond worth it. If you want to get AI literate, I think paying for ChatGPT Plus and actually learning all of what it can do is actually really important. It's a really important part of the process of becoming AI literate. Because as much as it can do, like this is going to take me the whole session tonight, is just getting through this, believe it or not. This is going to seem like child's play when the next version of these models come out. So just prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. So ChatGPT 4 is connected to the internet. I think there's all sorts of interesting things you can explore, knowing that you've got something that can answer questions like this and is also connected to the internet. All right, let's go to the next thing down. Code interpreter. I'm going to come... Well, do I want to do code interpreter? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do code interpreter. Okay. So, code interpreter. What is code interpreter? Code interpreter is I don't know, it's a very specific kind of thing that people in the machine learning world understand what it means, and everyone else, the rest of us humans, are like, what the fuck does that mean? Basically, how they've encapsulated it is advanced data analysis. What I can tell you what code interpreter is if you ask it something complicated and technical, like if you want it to analyze some data in a CSV file, for example, it can not only read the data in the CSV file, it can analyze it. I hadn't used code interpreter yet. Lol. Yeah, code interpreter's crazy. It's crazy. Because you can do all sorts of shit with it. Not just CSV files. And I'm not a data analyst. I have a degree in acting, so this is a world that's very foreign to me. But I understand it enough to understand what it's doing, and it's fucking bonkers. So the way code interpreter actually works is it creates what's called a container. So you've got your chat session, right? You're going back and forth with ChatGPT. In that chat session, when you invoke code interpreter, and you don't need to explicitly invoke it, just certain actions will invoke itself. What it does is it spins up what's called a container. And the container is like a little mini, like a simulation of a computer where it's got a little mini operating system and a little mini file system, and it's got access to Python code, Python libraries, and it writes and executes its own Python code to solve problems. So code interpreter is actually a little teeny tiny mini preview of what agents are. Because you don't have to do any of the data analysis. It's writing the code for you. You don't need to learn Python to do data analysis. You just do data analysis. Now, how do we do that? I'm going to go over to a site. Which tab am I on here? Hang on. I think I need to create a new window. Hold, please. Let me pop this out. I'm going to go to a site called Kaggle. Kaggle.com. And you're like, Kyle, Kaggle? Have you done your Kaggle exercises? Dad joke inbound. Oh, yeah. So Kaggle, what Kaggle is just a repository of a lot of data. So if you're like me and you're not a data analyst, wait, welcome Gemma. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit about that. So I'm going to a thing called data sets. And then data sets are just that. If you need to find a data set to play with, air pollution data set, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole because that'll turn into a political conversation. Bike rentals. Here's a 41 megabyte. I think I can do up to 100 megabytes, but what is that? I don't know what that is. Taxi, National Health and Nutrition Exam. Online retail transaction data. Okay, that's one we'll grab. Online retail transaction data. So I'm gonna download the CSV. Right? Boom. So we've got and it doesn't even say it's a CSV. This is a zip file. So I literally don't know what's in that zip file. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. If you're in ChatGPT 4, you now get this little paperclip. The $20 a month buys you that paperclip. Okay? It's a very powerful paperclip. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go find that archive, that zip file, and then check this out. Once it uploads, I'm going to say, what is this? Question mark. Right? Everyone talks about, you got to be a code engineer, prompt engineering, blah, 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 blah. When we move into a world with agents, all we're going to have to do is give them goals, and they will go figure the shit out. So prompt engineering is a very limited skill, a limited time horizon skill for most people. Now, if you're a developer, or if you want to build applications, and automations or GPTs, being good at prompting isn't going to hurt you, right? So it's not a bad thing. But not everyone needs to be a prompt engineer. Source Camp, I'm so ready for agents. I know, me too. Okay, so way is this? What is this? Let me change that. It would have understood what I meant, but that's all right. What is this? Now, it should fire up a thing. It'll say analyzing, right? There it is, analyzing. Now, if I click this little down arrow, here's the Python code that it's writing to open up that zip file. You're like, wait, what? It can do that? Yeah, it can do that. That's what it does. And so inside the zip file was online_retail CSV. Let's see. Would you like to explore the contents of this CSV? I'm going to say, why, yes, thank you. Why don't you tell me what data's in this CSV and what you think is interesting about it? So it's analyzing it. So load the entire CSV file to analyze its structure and contents. So there, it pulled in some stuff. The CSV file contains retail transaction data in a wide range from 541,909 entries. Like, okay, this is wild to me. 541,909 entries. If someone sent you that CSV file, it would probably take you longer to scroll down through the CSV file to see how many rows are in there, to see how big it is, than to do what I just did. What is this? Right? but it also understands, it's got data columns, it's got date ranges from 2010 to 2011, it's got product examples, countries. One interesting aspect of the data set could be analyzing sales trends over time. Would you like a deeper analysis? Additionally, a presence of customer ID. Let's see. Can we determine which products are most popular in February? I'm talking to this thing like I would talk to a junior data analyst in a company. Kyle, I have your new slogan. What's my new slogan, Becky? Do you need Python installed on your computer? No, this is just part of it. You don't even need to know. Like all it shows you is that it's analyzing stuff. You don't even need to, like, I'm just showing you that because I think it's absolutely fucking remarkable that it's doing this. Right? So it is prompting itself in the background. One of the things that you'll often see with Code Interpreter is that it will try to do something and fail. And it'll tell you, hey, I tried to do something and it failed. I'm going to try a different approach. And it'll try that and that'll fail. Hey, I'm going to try a different approach and that'll fail, right? So let's see. Empire Design Rosette. Wait, here are the most popular ones that were sold in February. I'm going to say, can you graph those 5 products over the time horizon in the data set? So now it is not only going to analyze the data, it's going to use another Python library called matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. That's a library to make graphs, and then it's going to create a graph for us. It's going to create an image. So, and this is not an image like DALL-E. This is a Python graph, right, of the products over time. I can even do things like, it's kind of ugly. Can you make it prettier? You can also, if you're writing things and you create a table comparing some things, you can tell it that you want it to generate that table as a downloadable CSV. Here, we'll do that in a second here. Nah, it's still ugly, but that's okay. I'd like you to create an executive report for those 5 products as a downloadable Microsoft Word document. Period. Format the document appropriately to make it easier to read. Period. Make the language short and concise, but designed to impress my CEO. Analyzing. I'm not a data analyst, but I play one on Chat GPT. That's it. That works. Has anyone gotten their hands on Devon? No. But there's people that I know that got their hands on LTX Studio, and I wasn't one of them, so I'm pissed off about it. Make it angrier. That's how your Chat GPT is going to be your CFO. Yeah. So just understand that where we're going is that the next iteration of these tools, they will likely be able to do your job as well or better than you do. Certainly within the next 2 years, but likely within this year, by this time next year, we will likely have tools that are quite capable. All right, so the executive report for the top 5 products in February have been created and formatted for easy reading. And so now I'm going to download this, and we're going to go look at this thing. Well, anyway, this report, a concise analysis of the top 5 performing products in February, highlighting, right? It made a nice little table, the stock code, the quantity sold, the analysis conclusion. Understanding these sales trends of these top performers could give us an advantage, blah, blah, blah. So, like, without even really trying, I'm doing full-on data analysis here. AI makes a more exciting world for me every day. I know everyone gotta agree if you're here. Yeah, it's true. Well, not always. Sometimes we'll get some people in here that are a little salty about this stuff. But generally, what I found, Jason, is that the people that are salty about this haven't actually tried it. Oh, I use ChatGPT. Yeah, I tried it once. It's Google. I like Google better. I get that one a lot. Yeah, I like Google better. Google's better. Okay, so you haven't used ChatGPT. And then they'll say something like, yeah, but it's old information. It doesn't, they don't understand that it's connected to the internet. They don't understand that it is not Google. It's not fancy Google. ChatGPT is something wholly different. But yeah, people that hang out in here for the most part are into this stuff. Is Sora the best video AI? Well, yeah, Sora is a whole nother class of video creation tool, Lance. It is also not out yet, or it's out in very, very extremely limited fashion. It's also not going to be like the current video tools. The current video tools will make a little 4-second clip in, 2 or 3 minutes. Sora to do like 1080p video for 60 seconds is probably going to take an hour or so to render in its current state. Kyle or anyone else, any suggestion for an AI platform that creates slide decks, PowerPoint? I used to know one that I recommended. I forget what the fuck it's called. There's a bunch of them out there. I would go to futurepedia.io and just search for, presentation creator or whatever, and then just look at the ones that are most highly rated and go play with them. There's a ton of them out there. But here's my problem with the PowerPoint generating tools is that if you really don't have a clue how to make a PowerPoint, it will give you something better than you would have gotten. But if you know how to make PowerPoints, it tends to give you very, very generic decks. Oh, Vicky just said Slides AI. So listen to Vicky. She knows her tools. Slides AI. It will probably get you to like 60% of what you want really, really quickly. And most of them will generate images and things like that. You're probably going to want to go in and replace everything in them. But if you just want a quick start to it, you can do that. I think you can make Code Interpreter even generate a PowerPoint presentation, I think. That'd be something interesting to try. Okay, that's Code Interpreter. So, and there's lots more it can do, but it's just like, just understand that basic concept that it can do data analysis, and it does it by writing and executing Python code without you even knowing it. Right? Fucking huge. Can you do a customer group clustering with regression and some graphs for it? Sure. Can you do a group clustering of customers with, wait, customer group clustering with regression and create appropriate graphs based on the data. I don't even know what the fuck that means, negative stability, but ChatGPT will. And that's the whole point here. To perform customer clustering with regression, we typically focus on clustering first to identify distinct groups of customers based on certain characteristics, and then use regression analysis, of course, to understand. This is exactly the approach I would have taken. You cluster first and regress second. Like, I don't know why that isn't obvious to everyone. And then use regression analysis to understand how these characteristics could influence. Given the nature of the data set, a common approach would be, the RFM approach. I use the RFM approach all the time. Recency, frequency, and monetary approach. This is, when I'm writing a play, I'll often do RFM clustering analysis for the dialogue. This involves grouping customers based on, I don't really fucking care. Okay. Let's start with the first step. We're creating RFM clusters, and then proceed based on your feedback. Does that sound good? Yes. My total contribution here is yes. And then let's go look at what it's doing. So it's got an sklearn cluster and pre-processing libraries that it's using, and NumPy, and then it's doing some shit. So if negative stability, if you understand data analysis, I assume you understand what these libraries are and what the fuck it's doing. I don't, but it doesn't matter if I don't. And this is kind of the point. These tools right now are really limited and really janky and really not even a hint of what they're going to become. And they're already doing this stuff. Right? It's nuts. All right, let's see what it's doing. It looks like it might have gotten stuck there. Sometimes this thing hangs. I mean, it seems like it gets it. Yeah, exactly. It looks like it looks like this hung. Yeah, it looks like it hung. Let me stop it. Let's just say try again. Try again. Maybe I pooped on it by making it display the code. And negative stability, like, it could be the kind of thing that's like, if you had a junior analyst you brought on and they didn't quite get some concepts, you could say, hey, just go do this in ChatGPT, and then have ChatGPT explain it as it's doing what it's doing, right? You could have it, because it sort of did that anyway. It's just cuckoo. Kyle, Silverfox had Suno write your total eclipse of Kyle for you. Please open it and play. Error analyzing. It seems there was a problem with the calculation. This could be due to the size and complexity of the data. All right, whatever. I can't do it right now, but that's okay. Let's go look at. We'll go listen to the song. Who did it? Silverfox? Where'd you put it, Silverfox? Did you put it in AI Learning Lab? I mean, in Irregulars? Oh, that's nice. Solar eclipse. Total eclipse of the Kyle. Hat tip to Silver Fox. Where'd you put the song, Silver Fox? Did you put it in the music show and tell? Music and audio. I don't know where it is. It was Claire. Where was it? It wasn't me. Silver Fox. Oh, Claire did it. Okay. Hat tip to Silver Fox. I got it. Hat tip for this. Where's the... How do I get to the song? I don't see no song. No song, just image. Ah, okay. Got it. Total eclipse of the Kyle. Nice. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Chat GPT. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a new chat. And then, so Alan in here, by the way, Connecticut beat Purdue for the national championship. I was bummed that South Carolina blew out Iowa last night, but what are you gonna do? When you have a 6'7" center in the game, and they like more than doubled the rebounds of Iowa. Like, there's not a lot you can do there. Okay. So Alan, who's a professor in here, had his students write out their prompts. Well, write out descriptions of buildings they wanted to visualize. And so I'm going to use this upload thingy. And what I'm going to talk about right now is ChatGPT's vision. So if I go to desktop, here's the paper we have. So this student wrote out in Spanish what she wanted this thing to look like. So I'm going to say, please tell me what this says and translate it into English. So we just uploaded a picture of words in Spanish. I think Spanish. Freshman was the highest score for South Carolina too. Yeah, that freshman just kept draining threes like they were nothing. Like yeah, it's just a whatever game. I'm just at practice. It was the national championship. I can't directly access files uploaded here or browse the internet. What? That's not true. Oh, I downloaded it as the wrong file format. Hang on. God dang this WebP file format. I want to meet the person that invented this and give them a proper slap. Export. JPEG. All right. Let's go try this again. Because, I've been doing this computer shit long enough to understand that, it's a file format issue, not just the shit didn't work. But most people don't know that. And so that file format is what ChatGPT uses and exports. Unless you click the download button, then it downloads a PNG file. But if you right click an image out of ChatGPT, it's in this stupid ass WebP format. And it's stupid. Anyway, I've got so Sam and I have a standing lunch every other decade, and so the next time he and I have lunch, we're going to talk about this. All right. Please translate this into English. So again, handwritten note. I have no idea why it did it in code. Please display the text using Markdown, not as a code block. Frank loves WebP. Yeah. Can't wait for them to start. Okay, so wait, what's it say here? House with landscape. House with landscape. Located in Miami, includes 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. We're bathroom heavy in this. She's got a vision. I like it. Living room, kitchen, dining room, laundry. 4 parking spaces. It contains everything. An ironing board, and it's very spacious. Okay, so let's see. I want you to create an architectural rendering in 16:9 wide format of the exterior of this house on a premium plot on the water in Miami. So, what we just demonstrated is that ChatGPT 4 has vision. You can upload a picture of a whiteboard. You can upload a picture of a sketch of a piece of software. You can upload a picture of your dog and have it write a poem about your dog based on what your dog looks like. I'm torn between lovers, Mac and Surface Pro. Don't ask me. Mac all the way home. But here's the deal. If you're used to using Microsoft products, Apple products might be frustrating. That's not dissimilar to what the image that Alan uploaded, which is kind of fascinating. Here, you want to see something cool? Yeah, Kyle. So, within ChatGPT now, it's got editing for images. So, you click on the image, and then up here, you can download it, get information about it, like the prompt, or close it. But that little thing right there, this, it's only, you can just change the size of the paintbrush. And then, I'm going to take this house here and just say, remove this house. Can't wait for them to start using AI to read through the BS loaded into the congressional bills. Actually, Spencer Moore. So I did when Biden did the executive order on AI. I took that. I created a GPT, which is going to be the final thing we'll look at here. Is creating a GPT. You could right now take a congressional bill and just pop it into a GPT and make it interactive, like right now today. It's absolutely remarkable. So it got rid of that. So now I'm just going to say, it made the house smaller, but I'm just going to say, oh, I know what I'll do. Tennis court. So I'll add a tennis court right there. And then I'm going to add a speedboat on the canal. What we doing? I'm just demoing all of the advanced features in ChatGPT 4. The feds are about to raid that house. Totally. This is totally a raidable house. It's got 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. There's something going down in this house. It is the feds need to they need to come knocking. When the students saw the image ChatGPT and DALL-E created based on her prompts, her eyes lit up. Yeah, I bet they did. How amazing is that? All right, it didn't give me a tennis court, but it did get rid of the thing. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to put right here. I'm going to say let's see, a red and yellow speedboat. Let's see if we get a boat. It'll be interesting to see if the boat is whatever you call it, like scale appropriate. Anyway, Alan, feel free to tell your students that we we took this thing and used it as an example. I think it's really inspiring. I think it's super cool. It's not quite the speedboat that I had in mind, but whatever. It's fine. How do I download it? I guess that's how. Hey, that's kind of cool. So there you go. You got a nice private Miami-based drug den. But I mean, come on, think about that. From a handwritten description of a house in Spanish, a paragraph, to this in minutes. All right. And then the final thing are GPTs. And GPTs, again, are a whole... Here's the thing about this list. The list that I shared here. This list. The text generation, all the stuff you can do with just ChatGPT, internet access, code interpreter, GPT vision, DALL-E 3, and then what I'm about to create custom GPTs. Every one of these is like, you could spend literally weeks understanding what these tools make possible. And they're all within that same little chat box with the little paperclip on it. You don't have to manually switch between them. You can just be brainstorming about a marketing concept and then say, well, show me what an ad might look like. And then go back and forth and come up with a name for the product and then come up with a logo and then go back and then come up with a product design. And then put it in a spreadsheet and create a profit and loss statement and cash projections for the next 5 years. It's just wild. And then the last thing to look at is GPTs. So, GPTs, what are they? GPTs are exactly like ChatGPT, except they are like customized versions of it. So think of it like this. ChatGPT is kind of like iOS or Android. It's like the operating system. So your phone can do all sorts of shit, right? And it can do lots of shit. It can do sort of an infinite amount of stuff. It's a little computer in our pocket, right? The operating system is like ChatGPT. The apps, like the little app you get for taking pictures or the timer for the solar eclipse, those are like GPTs, custom GPTs. So think of this as kind of like the app store for ChatGPT. And you can scroll down and play with them. And there's image generating ones, and there's word generating ones, and there's all sorts of different ones. And it's really easy to make your own. So the very first one I made in here. It's called Sin City Sipper. You should definitely go check it out. And it is a Vegas bartender with a twist on the classics. So if I say, make a classic martini classier, I'll click on that, and Sin City Sipper will go to work, and it's been programmed to teach me how to make an original drink. And so this is the Vegas Gold Martini. So 2 ounces of high quality gin, half ounce of dry vermouth, and a quarter ounce of Goldschlager, the cinnamon schnapps with the real gold flakes, right? So it's going to make it fancy. And then look what it does. Not only does it invent a drink for you, it should, oh, it didn't do it. Should automatically just make it. Let's see it. Janky is as janky does. It's designed to create an image of the drink. Peeps want to see the response numbering and chat titling again if you get a chance. Okay. There you go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, end of Android? Oh, no. ChatGPT is not a replacement for Android. I'm just using Android as a metaphor. Are you referring to my dumb smartphone? The Grinch cocktail. Yeah, we can do that. I want to create a Grinch cocktail. I mean, what's so cool about this is, like, it starts with Midori, of course, right? Like, if you're going to do a Grinch one, it's got to be green, so you start with Midori, which would actually be tasty. Midori, vodka, and lemon juice, and a splash of soda water. Perfect. It's going to be like electric green. Now let's visualize this festive concoction. And there it's creating the image. Oh, make a full Eclipse drink. Oh, that's a great idea. Yep, I'll do that. Gorgeous. I mean, I used to bartend. That is exactly what that drink would look like. That's exactly what it would look like. And if you had the Grinch glass, that would be even better. The other thing that I've got it doing, and it's for whatever reason, it's not rendering the HTML. I got to pull the HTML out of this. Is it's doing a call to action. It says this GPT was created by Kyle Shannon, you know, a member of the AI Salon and a host of this TikTok channel. And so, you know, it does calls to action and things like that. Let's do a. Today was the full solar eclipse, period. Help me create a cocktail to commemorate the full solar eclipse. I was going to tell it to use coffee, but let's see if it comes up with coffee on its own. Two ounces of black vodka. Wow, cool. This unusual vodka will serve as the darkness for the eclipse. 1 ounce of orange liqueur, interesting, representing the corona around the sun. And then half an ounce of fresh lime juice. That'll be delicious. And grenadine to provide a gradient effect. Wow, this is going to be cool. This could actually look cool. All right, here, let me go back. If anyone wants to make this cocktail, do a screenshot there. There's your ingredients. And then here's your directions. Take a screenshot there. Fill the shaker with the vodka, the liqueur, and the lime juice. Shake. Strain it into a cocktail glass. Slowly pour a dash of grenadine into the drink. It will sink to the bottom, creating a beautiful layered effect. And place the garnish on the rim. Oh, God, look how gorgeous that is. That's so cool. with the round orange and the moon in front of it. Come on. That's so good. The Eclipse Shadow Cocktail. Come on, people. Ask it to make a non-alcoholic version. Great. I love the Eclipse, period. Now create a mocktail version using coffee. Or the dark beverage of your choice. Could have been on a billboard. I know. I'd drink that. I know. Right? Look at Abba. Abba's like, oh my God. I know. I'm telling you, man. Sin City Sippers, it's a baller app. This was my very first GPT that I made. I made it live on one of these TikToks. When I got access to this functionality, I said, oh, let's go play. This was the very first one I made. I really haven't modified it. Which is evidenced by the fact that like the call to action breaks. But mocktail with crushed blueberries and raspberries. Actually, that sounds delicious. All right. Mocktail. What did it do? Caffeine, Eclipse mocktail. Cold brew coffee, orange juice. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Coconut cream. Maybe. Fill the glass with ice. Pour the cold brew over it. Slowly add in the orange juice so it mostly sits on top. I think that's going to suck. It's beautiful. Anyway, all right. So that's what a GPT is. Now, how do you make them? You just go to the create button. You say explore GPTs, and it'll take you to this page where you can scroll through and play with all these, or search. The search sucks. By the way, the store really sucks. But you click create, and then see where it says create GPT builder. The left side is where you build it. The right side is where you can play with it. So you can just say, I want to create a GPT that provides countdowns for celestial events in the coming year. We're essentially done. Show the other one again, please. Which other one? The other drink? I'll go back to it. Cold foam instead. Yeah, something like that, Alan. Yeah, that was so. But that's what I would do. Like if it gave me a drink recipe, like mix cold brew coffee and orange juice, which it did, I would just go, no, that's horrible. I would have it give me something new. Countdowns. Okay. Stellar guide. Let's say celestial count down. So we're going to call it Celestial Countdown. Now it's generating a profile picture for us. Brandon, I made your Eclipse Suno song. Okay, good. Thank you, Brandon. And then to save it, and oh, by the way, so there's create mode where you can just sort of speak it into existence. Then you can go to configure mode. And, here's the picture that it made. Here's the name, the description. This is the prompt that it uses. And then these are what are called the conversation starter questions. You can rewrite those. You can even upload files. Like if you had a book written about upcoming celestial events, you could upload that or a PDF about it. And it could primarily use that knowledge for its knowledge. So then once it's set up, you just go to create, and then you can share anyone that has the link, or you can even share, you can publish it to the GPT store. So I'll do that. Why not? celestial countdown, and I can say view GPT. And if you go to, if you've got access to ChatGPT 4 and go there right now, 2023 is the icon. That's funny. You can just use it. So tell me about the next lunar eclipse. And, I could go in and I could say, when someone asks you about, the next event, give them the following pieces of information. It will probably do that on its own. It's set to occur on March 24th, 2024. Well, anyway, the date is passed. so you would have to go in and do things like make sure that you determine today's date before you talk about things in the future that are actually in the past. But anyway, that's how easy it is to make a GPT. Like staggeringly simple. And then they can get really complicated. But, all right. One last thing that I'm going to show you. So there was a request. There were two requests here. One was go back and look at this recipe for this one. All right, Becky, get ready. Screenshot that. And by the way, if you don't want to retype all of this, screenshot this and, trim the photo so it's just that text, put it into ChatGPT and tell it to type it for you. Take advantage of its vision. Take advantage. Here's the directions. Take a screenshot of that. And then there's your image. Take a screenshot of that. That's gorgeous. That really could be like if you had a black vodka brand. That could be a billboard. I mean, that's gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't know what the explosion is here around the sun, but that's okay. All these other planets dancing around. Okay, the final thing that we were gonna look at is. I'm going to go back to our custom instructions. And so in the custom instructions, I'm going to turn these on. And I just said about myself, you're polite but concise. This really doesn't matter. But down here, what I put in the custom instructions, for every response, give it a response count, followed by a response title. And in fact, what I'm going to do... No, I'm going to leave it like that because it understood it. You could put some structure in this. Like you could put quotes around these or brackets around these, but then I think it might label it in the thing. I kind of like the way it was acting. For every response, give it a response count followed by a response title that encapsulates, that's spelled wrong, but whatever. Now it's not. That encapsulates the response. So I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to do a new chat. I'm going to flip to 3.5 just because it's faster. And I'm going to say, what is the average speed of an unladen swallow? What is the average speed of an unladen swallow? Why is it funny? Why is it funny? It didn't quite get it right. Oh, it didn't. 3.5. It didn't. 3.5. It didn't understand it. Hang on. What is the average speed of an unladen swallow? Oops, of an un. So what it's doing now. So this is response 1, and then it gave a title for the response. And so now I can say, sorry, that was incomplete, period. What is the average speed of an unladen swallow? It didn't give me a 2, which is weird. Did it label it? The average speed of an unladen swallow. So let's go back. Let's go fix that. So I'm going to go back to the custom GPT, and I'm going to say for every response, give it a sequential response count. And then I'm going to do comma, followed by a response title. All right. And then I'm going to do new thing, and I'm going to say how many 1969 GTO judges were manufactured? Response 1, production numbers for the 1969 GTO judge. That was weird. My app just quit. Can you still hear me? Tap the screen if you can still hear me. I'm still good? You eclipsed again. Yeah, it quit. All right. You're back. Okay, whatever. All right. Why are GTO judges the coolest muscle car in all of the land? So, response 2, the cool factor of GTO judges. So what that prompt is doing is making every single response in a chat session have its own title. So let me do 2 more. Give me 5 other muscle cars from the era that are nearly as cool. Response 3, 5 iconic muscle cars from the era. All right. Now, so assume you're doing this, you're having a big, long-ass conversation. At some point, you can then say to ChatGPT, make a table with the response numbers and titles of all your responses so far. So how cool would it be after a long-ass conversation with ChatGPT to be able to make a table that you could print out and then be able to quickly go back, right? Let's get to 50,000 likes now. You go, Becky Rue. Yeah, it's a table of contents for your chat. And then, quite frankly, since I just showed you how to make GPTs, like you could probably make a GPT that's just like a normal chat GPT, except it's got a bunch of these features in it. That every 10 responses, it creates a new table or something like that. Irregulars, before you leave, so if you've been making Eclipse images and songs, please share them in the Irregulars channel on the AI Salon. The other thing that I want to share with you, there's 2 things. I gotta go. I said I wouldn't be too long tonight, but then we did the Chat GPT deep dive, and that's just gonna take longer. You know what I mean? All right, so in shameless self-promotion, is this post about the Creativity Squared play shop. So on April 20th, John Leland and I are doing a workshop, a play shop we're calling it, about enhancing your creativity with AI. And if you go to AI Salon announcements, there is a coupon code, Salon Fun. It was supposed to be Salon Play, but I fucked up. but Salon Fun now works. So does Salon Play. But if you put in Salon Fun as your coupon code, it'll save you a big pile of money. And then also in shameless self-promotion, is an interview that John Leland did with me like a week and a half ago. But it's just talking about creativity and AI and my relationship with creativity and how AI enhances it. And it's just a really fun back and forth with the two of us. You know, it's me pontificating. You get plenty of that here, but if you want to see a nicely edited version of that, that's what that is. So anyway, go do that. All right. Fantastic. I only got to see a deep partial eclipse. Yeah, I know. It was 65% here. I went out. I made myself a little pinhole projector, which was supposed to make it big so I could see it, but it didn't amplify it. So I guess the pinhole was too small or too big or something. Anyway, end the night by playing the song. All right, where's the song? In Irregulars? Is it in Irregulars? Let's go to Irregulars and see what we got going here. That's nice. Kyle looking at the sun. Is that just an image? I think that's just an image. All right. The total Kyle clips. You guys are weird.
Here comes the day, the sun's shining bright, but there's something peculiar happening in the sky. The moon is blocking the sun's radiant light, but it's not the moon, it's a guy named Kyle. He's got a smile that shines brighter than the sun, and his hair is as dark as the night. Kyle stands there blocking all the fun. Nobody expected the strange daylight. Alright, it's a total Kyle eclipse. Oh yeah.
This is like K-pop, Japanese pop. Y'all are weird, man. Thank you, though. All right, I looked at the eclipse today twice. Good for you. That's what they say. Look at the eclipse. Challenge it. Challenge science. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, thanks for playing it. You have to realize that you taught us the weirdness. Keep scrolling. Wait. ChatGPT can make music? How? Rudy Su. Oh, Rudy! All right. So for anyone else, I would just move on. But Rudy, okay, if you don't know Suno, holy shit. You got to know, you got to show the eclipse image again. The salon? Which one? This one? If you're screenshotting. So Rudy, if you don't know about Suno.ai, you need to know about Suno.ai. So let's do change to simple mode. Application error. App.suno.ai. We're going to go create. And I'm just going to go a pop song about an AI master in South Africa named Rudy. Yeah, we'll just do that. I was trying to come up with something more clever than a pop song, but screw it. It's the end of the world and we know it, and I feel fine. Please send pseudo credits via donation to me. Very nice.
On the streets of Johannesburg, there's a legend they all know. With a mind of innovation, he's the one who steals the show.
Spelled your name wrong, but that's okay.
Rudy's the name they ask his gang. He's the mastermind behind the code. Every algorithm he creates brings the city to a brand new mode. It's so electrifying, taking us on a journey that's so mesmerizing. With your digital voice, you're my guiding light.
That's that. Brandon, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. So anyway, yeah, that's Suno. I mean, it's cuckoo. It's fucking bonkers. Here's the other one. Oh no, it's not.
On the streets of Johannesburg, there's a legend they all know. With a mind of innovation, he's the one who steals the show. Rudy's the name they ask his gang. He's the mastermind behind the code. Every algorithm he creates brings the city to a brand new.
So anyway, yep, crazy, absolutely crazy. And we did. I don't know if you saw this last night, Rudy. We made a my great uncle K.S. Dillon. Let's see where. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, hang on. That's K.S. Dillon in Greenwich Village, but we did one last night in. Wait, where is it? K.S. Dillon posts. There it is. So this one is. He went to Brazil in 1972, and so this is him singing his song, "If I'd Never Met Her," named by Silver Fox. But the second half of the song is in Portuguese. So we did this all last night in about an hour. The song, the image, and the animation.
In the dusk embrace where shadows play,
We'll go out on this.
she was the artist, my heart the play. Her words a chalice from which I drank deep. In her absence, a harvest I could not reap.
Daniel said this song was stuck in her head
If I
today.
never met her, sky's my mistake.
That's awesome.
Gardens of solitude where thorns never grew. If I never met her, my words wouldn't be lost. Unwritten in verse, I measured the cost.
Here's where he switches.
Sob a brilho do lampião, nossos segredos foram revelados.
Portuguese.
Nos olhos dela o mundo foi construído e destruído. Uma canção de sereia onde verdade e mitos se entrelaçam.
Yeah,
Sua partida.
it kind of looks like me because I took one of my images from Kyle Shannon Dreams, which were sort of kind of these twisted portraits of me, and I used that as the character reference for Midjourney. So we created this was the 1972 Brazil tour, and we also did the the 1969. This is the 1969 Greenwich Village version.
embrace where shadows play. She was the artist, not hard the clay.
So the process here was, it was image in Midjourney using character reference, ChatGPT to write the lyrics of the song, which we then rewrote. Like, we rewrote the ending so it didn't suck. Then we took it into Suno and made the song. And it took us, 20 different versions until we got one we liked. And then took it into HeyGen to do the animation. And then posted it on LinkedIn to trash my professional reputation. Uncle Dylan, not related to Bob. Exactly. All right, let's go out with lots of likes on the live. Okay, we're at 46,000. We're at 46,000 likes. So you got to get fucking tapping here, people. I got to leave, but I can't leave here till that hits 50 cuz OCD. So, that's on you. That's not on me. That is, as of this moment, we're at 47,000 right now. As of this moment, it is your shortcoming, not mine. I've been sitting here in a chair, talking words out of my mouth hole. All you had to do was this. We're at 48,600, 900. It's going good now. We're going to hit it in about 3 seconds here. Luckily, you have OCD pals on the other side, too. Exactly. All right, we just hit 50,000. You're fine. You can stop tapping now. Becky Rue, I've been tapping. I feel like an auctioneer. We have you captive. Exactly. Oh, man, you guys are funny. All right, listen, I'm out of here. Please follow the channel. If you're new here, follow the channel. Subscribe to the lives. That helps a lot. I appreciate that. Or buy the video series in the corner, which talks about why I think AI is a big deal. Join the AI Salon, and if you want to do a workshop, if you're part of the Salon, you get a big discount off that workshop, or the play shop, we're calling it. I created a GPT to tap likes. Nice. I like it. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you, irregulars. Just keep showing up here also. That makes a big difference. Just show up here every night and just stay in the conversation. And then let's do a little magic Romper Room magic mirror. I see Mr. IT and Silver Fox. I see Wolfman Clint and Hacker Malling. Becky Rue, great to see you tonight, Becky. 60,000 before he leaves. Brandon always hustling up a little engagement farming. It's good. I like it. It's solid. Alan, good to see you tonight. Vegas Moxie, 2 Block Tom, great to see you. Emilio's wife. Brian Whitney, Source Camp. Oh, Source Camp, come to the AI Salon tomorrow night. Source Camp, Kelly Camp is going to be speaking at the salon. So really excited about that. So please join us tomorrow night. The information for that is at the AI Salon. So go to there, thesalon.ai. Click on the first link. That'll take you to the community. I see Kyle. I know, exactly. Alan, good night. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. It was fun tonight. I hope that was helpful. A lot of good stuff. Bye-bye.